black box timestamp data it provided is now coming into question based on evidence. At 8:08:42 UTC, AAIB's implied fuel cutoff. This investigation proves that it couldn't have happened then. This breaks Newton's first law of motion, as maximum recorded airspeed was 180 knots. The cause of an event needs to happen before, not after event 8:08:47 UTC, when AAIB says RAT generated hydraulic power, engines N2 went to minimum idle. If engines went to minimum idle, relight, as AAIB describes, for engine 1 and 2, impossible. 8:08:52 to 8:08:56 UTC is when AAIB claims a crew-initiated relight happened. Again, not possible. The story runs up against the hard reality of turbofan physics. The ACARS codes, final satellite transmission from the plane, prove automation was on a killer on AI-171. But even if one ignored that, AAIB's own relight story and GE's engineering manuals show the crew was innocent. The report says the truth was Captain Sumit, first officer Clive tried till the end. It was a tragedy, not just that the pilots, of course, were hit with, but hundreds of people just like us. People like Mukti, Romin, Vaura, Akash, Sagar Patel, many others that were interviewed also by this report. So clearly, of course, it seems that this fresh report in Caravan is debunking what the AAIB is claiming in that initial report, in that preliminary report. They're saying physics and other scientific analysis proves that wrong, Group Captain Devnath.
Yes, Uday, what happens, pilots are trained to identify any engine malfunction. In case the engine shows any trouble, suppose engine power is reducing, N1, N2 is reducing, jet pipe temperature, JPT is reducing, then pilots are trained immediately to what is called a relight. That means restart the engine. Now, in this instance, at a speed of, now for relight, certain preconditions are required. Say engine RPM N1 and N2 have to be above certain RPM, say above 45%, because of wind melting. Because the wind from front which is coming will force the turbine, force the blades of the compressor to rotate. Now, if the N1, N2 is less than certain RPM, then that RPM will not be able to compress the air. The air which is coming from front, the compressor blades, they compress it, mix it with fuel, and then this compressed fuel air mixture is pushed into the combustion chamber where it is ignited. Now, in case the speed is just about 180 kilometer, then the N1, N2, that means auto rotation, like any fan rotates if you make it face in a wind. So if the wind speed is, the forward travel of the aircraft is just about 180 knots, then the wind is not sufficient to rotate the compressor blades at requisite RPM. Now, what happens, also there is a system when the reignition takes place, the aircraft has got onboard electrical system, electrical motor, which can, which starts the compressor blades, which whenever a static aircraft starts for the first time in the morning, in the day, that electrical motor churns the engine, main axis. But that takes time. Firstly, there have to be certain amount of voltage, amperage, then the electrical motor has to kick into the circuit, and even when it starts windmill starts electrical churning of the compressor blades, the fan in front of the jet engine, it takes time to reignite the engine. A typical engine, say I used to fly MiG-23, a typical engine will take anything about 30 to 32 seconds to start again.
Okay.
So probably so much of time was not there.
Okay. All right. My thanks to our guests for joining us, and we are taking a very short break at this point. Much more coming up.